What's up? I'm good. How you?
Is it a chip on your shoulder that we almost just forgot you?
Nah, man. It's been a long morning, bro. I'm ready to go home too.
Malone said that you were in the gym pretty much every day this offseason. Just what were kind of your priorities and what were you hoping to work on most after Summer League?
I mean, obviously everybody knows KCP's departure, and there's obviously a lot of opportunity there for the taking. So once I seen that opportunity was there, bro, I had to put my best foot forward and to, put myself in a position where I can contribute on a nightly basis. So if it was being in here every day during the summer, then that's something that I wanted to do, so I was here.
Julian, are there specific things that you change or an approach you take? Because year one, you're just trying to figure out how you fit in. These guys just won the championship too. Okay, now you've been through all of it and the disappointment of playoff loss, and there's a starting spot up for grabs. So I guess how do you change the approach to what you do in year two?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I have a completely different mindset, going into year two. Obviously, year one, I didn't know what to expect, and right now, I want to be able to make an impact for this ball club. So that's where my mind's at, and, my mindset's completely shifted. I feel like I'm a more confident, more aggressive person and player, so I feel like it's helped me, and I'm just excited to, be able to show everybody else.
Julian, are there any moments maybe during this offseason when you feel like something clicked for you, you feel like something has made a little bit more sense or the game has slowed down a little bit? Is there anything like that you can point to?
I feel like it was more so when I had got injured during my rookie year. In January, I had to, sit down for 6 to 8 weeks, and, I kind of got to reset. Everything had been moving so fast since draft night that, you never really get a chance to gather yourself or kind of just take a deep breath. So when I got injured, I kind of got to do that, and that's when I kind of found my NBA speed, I found my NBA confidence, my groove, just being in here, just being in here, repping it out, working out with the coaches every day, and, competing with the guys. So, yeah.
Julian, that kind of an innocuous thing, but, did it make you feel good, that you were good enough in Summer League that, you were able to kind of sit out the last few?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was cool, but I was going into Summer League with the impression and mindset to play in every single game, and that's just how I was wired and cut for that. So obviously after two, the staff and the front office having enough confidence in me to pull me, obviously it meant something to me internally, but I mean, it didn't really slow me down in terms of, what my main goal was, because, my goals didn't end with playing good at Summer League. It ended with contributing in the real time, in regular season, and in the playoffs.
Julian, kind of building on that, what are your goals as a shooter? Do you have a benchmark in mind, and whether it's percentage-wise or attempts per game that you'd like to hit this season?
I mean, obviously, the percentages that I shot last year aren't really a good example of who I am as a shooter, and I know that, and that's all that really matters to me. I mean, you can play the numbers game and anything like that, but, I know at the end of the day I'm a shooter, and I know that things are going to improve percentage-wise, but the main thing is, we were 30th in attempts last year, and, just being able to be another guy that can space the floor for guys like Jamal and Nikola. I mean, those guys are offensive juggernauts, so if I can space the defense to the 4-point line instead of the 3-point line, then they got all the space in the world to work and operate, and everybody else gets going.
Your coach does not give trust lightly. What do you feel you have to do to have Michael Malone's trust, knowing where this franchise wants to be and where you want to help take it?
To continue to gain trust of my coaches is definitely just continuing to improve on the defensive end of the ball. Offensively, I feel like I know where I'm at and I know what I can bring to the team, and I'm confident on that end of the floor, and I'm confident on defense as well. It's just a matter of showing everybody that I've made the improvements, and I don't see myself being a guy that teams will look at to exploit a matchup as the season goes on.
Julian, I think most people assume that Christian Braun's just going to step into that fifth starter position for KCP. But Michael Malone, the coach, has said, I'm going to play the best guy. I like to see man-to-man competition. Would you like to be a starter? Would that be a goal for you? Or or is it making the rotation? Where are your specific goals for something like that?
I mean, obviously being a starter in the NBA is something that I've envisioned in my when I was a kid, yay high, hearing my name getting called in the arena. But, that's something that's not make or break for my season. Obviously, I'm going to compete to the very end to try and get the spot. But, if I'm coming off the bench, that's perfectly fine, and that's the role that I'm going to attack. I've never been one to, be upset with what role is given to me. I'm going to get the role that I earn, and that's how I feel.
And then to follow up, does it maybe change the way each practice is going to go when you and CB are matched up, knowing that you're obviously you want to both make each other better, make the team better, but that you're battling for an open spot?
Yeah, I mean, me and CB have gotten an opportunity to, be in here, pick up games against each other. So we've been battling all summer. And it's one of them things where me and CB are so close off the floor that we're able to, come on the court, compete at a high level, and then put it and leave it on the court and go be friends when we get back to the locker room. So, yeah, it's a healthy competition for sure.
Julian, you mentioned spacing out to the 4-point line for Jamal, for Nikola. Just how important is it to understand how to play around those two, just given that they've been a part of things for this team for as long as possible? What makes it so how you can be impactful playing around those guys specifically?
I feel like at the end of the day, it's just making those guys' lives easier. Defenses and the scouts are going to be focused on them every single time we go out. We know that, they know that. And especially, with Nikola, they're going to send as much as they can to try to stop or slow him down. So, just being an outlet for those guys, not having to force anything. Nikola and Jamal are both guys who are willing passers, and they'll get off of it if a guy's open. So I feel like the whole team operates better when there's more spacing on the floor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When you hurt yourself and you're out all season.
Sorry. Can you repeat? Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. When you're out all season, and there's some dark moments. When you have that kind of an injury. So, to be here today, what does that feel like? And just knowing that you're clear to play, and that you being back is kind of here.
It feels good. I'm not gonna lie. Luckily, I had a chance to play the qualifiers, and that was a kind of a stepping stone to be here today. But my injury was part of sports. I didn't take it too much to heart. I just know from the moment I got hurt that surgery is gonna be soon, and I started rehabbing the next day. But I was stress-free. You didn't need to worry about nothing else but the knee. And, I and the team here did a great job of getting the knee ready so I can perform.
You guys bringing in Dario Saric to the front court rotation this year. Just I know you've talked to him, Vlako especially. Zeke, have you guys had an opportunity to talk to Dario, to get to know him a little bit more, just now that he's a part of the group?
You want me to start?
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a veteran, brings veteran presence, versatile player, talented, selfless as well, plays the right way, playmaker. So, I'm excited to play with him. We've had a few open runs, just scrimmaging back and forth, and he's looked great in those, shot the ball well, passed well. So, yeah, he's definitely going to be a great piece in addition for us this season.
Yeah, to Zeke's point, I've talked to him. Obviously, we speak the same language, so we clicked right away. And I know Dario since I was a kid, and what he did in Cibona and on that MVP level that he was in Adriatic League and everything. So obviously, we just have to find a right system for him here and fit him good with the second unit, and because pretty sure he's going to be the joker of the second unit.
A question for both of you. Vlako, you're back. Are you completely healed? Are you 100% now? And Zeke, I know you've had some issues with injuries. Where are you now physically?
I am 100% healed, yes.
Yeah, I'm 100% as well. We've been playing both of us back and forth guarding each other. And so, I mean, I can definitely attest to what he's saying, that he's definitely 100%. So, yeah.
Zeke, what was the emphasis of your skill development this offseason? What were you focused on improving?
Yeah, for me, just ball handling and shooting, working on my playmaking ability and being able to attack from the perimeter, shoot the ball, things like that.
Vlako, I know you didn't shoot the ball as well as you wanted to at qualifying, obviously. Was that sort of the main emphasis for you between then and now, or what have you kind of hoped to work on as you've completed the process of getting back this offseason?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I had the qualifiers that I had, and I'm not most proud of that one. But what I'm most focusing on this year would probably be defense and three-pointer for sure.
Just for both of you guys, for both of you guys, Russell Westbrook now becomes a part of the team and assumably part of the second unit. Just having watched him, having seen him play over the years, just what do you have to do in order to complement his game, his style of play, and how does that sort of change how the bench has looked over the course of these last couple of years?
Just the pace of play he plays with, and you just got to be, ready for that pass at all times. Him coming here, understanding that, okay, maybe I'm going to have to be oriented more of, a pass-first point guard than more of a scoring, but he's been here for such a long time, and I think we all know what he can bring. But like I said before, the pace of play and just be ready to shoot it whenever he finds you.
Yeah, to add on to that, we have a lot of young guys in that second unit, and I think Westbrook plays with a lot of intensity and a lot of speed and the pace, and so I think that's just going to play to our strengths. I think he'll fit right in with those guys, and I think that it's going to be fun.
Zeke, you were in and out of the rotation last year, obviously. What's kind of been the message from the coaching staff, front office, whoever, in terms of, I guess, establishing a little more consistency this season?
Yeah, I mean, just go in and play defense, play hard, do the thing, be the glue guy, be versatile, play to your strengths, things like that, and yeah.
Zeke, you took a lot of threes early on in your career and a little bit fewer the last couple. Where do you think you're going to be this season? Did the coaching staff talk to you about what they want in terms of volume from the three-point shot?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. I mean, whatever position they put me in, whether that be the 5, whether it be the 4, wherever I'm at on the court. I mean, these past couple of years I've been more in the paint. In my first couple of years I was more on the perimeter. So, I mean, wherever they put me at, I'm just going to go out there and play my hardest, so yeah.
And this question's for either of you. Do you get a sense after kind of losing the way that the team did last year, do you get a sense that sort of has changed the hunger level, the emphasis on this particular season, or is it just kind of a reset and getting back to what you know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously last year hurt. We knew we were capable of winning it all. We had just done it the previous year, and that was our mindset going into last year. So that hurt a lot. We knew we were better than what we played. We were a little inconsistent. And so that does sting when you know you're supposed to win and you don't. And so, yeah, we're more motivated than ever. We've had that taste of what it feels like, and right now we want to get back to that, to be the world champs again, so yeah.
I say, don't put too much pressure on yourself because you're going to burn after if you can't handle it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Dario, welcome to Denver. I'm just curious, what appealed to you about this situation with the Nuggets?
Hello, everybody. What do you mean appeal?
What did you like about it?
Okay. Hello, everybody. Obviously, Denver is one of the best teams last couple of years. Obviously, they won the championship. They have a first unit who is it's really hard to guard, and they play the great basketball. Ball is moving around. big IQ basketball, great decision making by not just one man, to all players. So obviously, playing last year in Golden State and have opportunity to play kind of like similar basketball here in Denver, which I really prefer and I really enjoy playing. That's kind of like was putting me towards making this decision and coming here and obviously play with the Joker, who is just amazing, who is 3 times MVP, and be part of his team and see how he's making an impact on the game and how he's seeing the game in his eyes and his decision making, and just to be part of that is really thankful for me and a pleasure.
Dario, I'm curious about your own individual relationship with Nikola over the years. You guys have had battles. You've played against each other for a long time. Just what have you learned about maybe the Nuggets and Denver through him?
I mean, obviously, he been here for how many, 9 or 10 years, 10 years. So we play against each other like in a younger age, couple times, and seeing him becoming like MVP and have a kind of like similar path like all players born in that area is just like amazing to see. And I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for all this kind of part who can come here and make a living of the basketball. So talking to him, he always have like nice words for the Denver, for the fans, for all this kind of situation. What's been for him kind of like supportive to all this year, from coming like a rookie to become the MVP. So we talk a lot. We hang out sometimes when my teams come here to play against Denver. So great experience, good friends. So.
Dario, I wonder if you see yourself as a forward or a center or a combination or a big. How do you see your role throughout the years and now with Denver?
I mean, I see my role in a one way, whatever coach wants from me. So it's not just saying, I think that's how I've been playing and that's how I adapt my role. So obviously, having a joker in a team, and maybe if I'm going to play 4 with him, I'm going to adapt and be more playing probably outside or playing a dunker and that kind of stuff. If coach put me in a, second unit like a 4 playing with DJ, it's more like a stretching floor for him and the Russ playing off that, maybe having some post-ups. If coach put me on a 5, it's more like kind of playing in a joker role, kind of involve everybody, kind of like do the DHOs, and be constant kind of like dangerous from outside, be capable to shoot the 3 points in all the kind of situation. So, that's who I am, that's what I like, if it's to bring the ball, sometimes bring the ball, sometimes. So be kind of all around what the situations ask from me to do it on the court. Besides, who's going to be on the court, in which unit I'm going to play, which injury is going to be present. So, 4, 5, I'm kind of everything. I like play stretching 5, in today's NBA, especially if I have a big guarding me, I can pop, attack from that. So that's what I like, but I kind of adjust my game, whatever it's in need.
Hey, Dario, here on your right. I don't think we'll ask you about Joker as much throughout the year, but our first time talking to you, you mentioned growing up being the same age, knowing him for a long time. Did you at any point, I don't think you predict 3 MVPs, but did you think that he could be this great of a player when you saw him when you were younger and maybe he wasn't in the kind of shape that he would turn into this perennial kind of star?
It's hard to say. I was thinking he's going to be 3 times MVP, but you could see he have a basketball in a small finger. You could see he is a big who can shoot, who can play, who is really have a nice touch. Not so many kids growing that didn't have that kind of touch. You know what I mean? Like we all work, we all kind of like fine, but he have a really nice touch around the rim, which he grows. And especially, playing him in the Adriatic League, he was great playing 5, and after that he came in NBA, kind of like Denver system adjust him to playing his best, and he become like champion. He become like 3 times MVP. But you could see his talent in there. He's very good, but you couldn't see. I mean, because we always learn in the NBA, it's athletic, it's speed, and that kind of side, it's a size. We never like learning about this today's NBA, which is accept like big palette of the players. So in our minds, young, we always thought, you know, we need to be physically ready to coming in NBA and be able to run up and down the court, be able to jump and that kind of stuff. So with that mentality, I couldn't see he gonna be MVP, but with his talent and his touch, you could see he can be like big and great player.
Dario, have you had a past relationship with Vlako as well? And I'm curious just if that kind of had anything to do.
No, we see each other a couple times, but we didn't have like what I have with Nicole. We never play against each other like so many times. You know, maybe after that, now I'm 30 years old, so I've been playing last 10 years against him, but like younger age, not so often, let's say.
What was a big focus from the coaching staff for you to work on this summer, and how did that go? What's been the kind of growth in your game?
Yeah, it's been really good. You know, I was just focusing on trying to get my shot off quicker, really just work on all aspects of my game, but shot off quicker, putting it on the floor a little bit more, continue to work on my body, defense, everything. So, yeah, it's been a good offseason.
Hunter, you're number 5 now. I'm curious what that conversation was between you and Russ, and just what led you to choose number 5.
So I wore number 5 in college. So when KCP left, I was trying to get number 5, and it ended up Russ was coming in and wanted number 4, and it kind of just happened organically. So.
What were some of you went to Summer League, you played Summer League, go back, you start playing here. Just what were some of the things individually that you were focusing on just working on, and is it more the shot, is it the defense, is it movements? Like how did that process go when you got back from Summer League?
Yeah, I took about maybe a week or 2 after Summer League, and then we got right back here, and I've been getting after it. So like I said, man, just working on all aspects, whether that be getting the shot off quicker, working at shooting on the move, just being more consistent with that, you know, putting it on the floor, working on my body. So.
Hunter, DeAndre said that just because Duran is injured doesn't mean that he can't still take on some rookie responsibilities and stuff. What are you kind of looking forward to see him do as a rookie, whether it's the backpack kind of thing, and then obviously just terrible luck for him with the timing of that injury and everything? Like how can you guys kind of keep him engaged and keep him part of this young group of guys, even though he's not able to contribute on the floor?
Yeah, obviously we all hate it for Duran, man. Just in the short time I've known him, he's a phenomenal player and he's a phenomenal person. So you really hate to see something like that happen to a guy like that. And, you know, he was getting ready to have a really big year for us. So, but, I mean, he'll be fine. He's been working hard in his rehab and everything. But, you know, I think it'll just happen organically. Like, we're not going to have to force making him a part of things. Like, he's obviously a part of this team, a part of this younger unit. So, I mean, it's just going to happen organically.
Obviously, without KCP now, there's a hole in that kind of starting lineup position. Just when a team loses a guy that they've relied upon for a long time, what are some of the things that the entire collective maybe looks to try to bring in his place?
Yeah, I mean, obviously KCP was huge for us. You never want to see a guy like that go, but obviously that's part of the business. And, you know, it's next man up mentality. Everyone's got to step up and try and fill that void. And I think that's something we'll be able to do. And, you know, I think we just got to, you know, take it one day at a time, continue to try to get better, and I think it'll take care of itself.
Yeah, I was curious, with Vlako coming back, you've got Dario here. It seems the issue for you is just getting playing time. How do you see yourself getting playing time on a team that's so deep?
Yeah, man, I try not to overthink it. I just try and, like I said, go out there, get better every day, and whatever opportunities I get, try and make the most of them. So.
Hunter, just kind of getting back into the building with everyone, what has kind of, I guess, been the general atmosphere of everyone? Is there a different hunger than maybe when you came in as a rookie, just knowing the way that things ended for you guys last season?
Yeah, I think obviously that loss in Game 7 to Minnesota really hurt, and I think we're, as a unit, really looking forward to getting back out there and, kind of redeeming ourselves. We're going to take that pain we felt and, use that this season as motivation. So. Cool. Thank you, guys.
Spent the rest of your summer in the gym?
Yeah, my biggest takeaway from Summer League was just, the confidence portion, being able to kind of get my feet wet with just a little feel of how it feels to play the NBA game and the type of pace and the type of purpose that everybody plays with at this other level. And I mean, the biggest thing for me this summer was just building on it, continue to work on my game and kind of making sure that those things kind of incorporate into real game situations, whether it be playing 5-on-5 or just, just playing against the coaches.
Trey, Michael Malone told us that he was a big fan of your game just early on in the offseason. What does it mean to have confidence from a coaching staff, and what does it mean to kind of take that confidence into a training camp atmosphere where you're competing?
Yeah, it's a blessing. I mean, not a lot of players get to go into training camp knowing that their head coach wants them to be aggressive and to be able to have that green light to play their game. So for me, it's just one of those big things of just trying to make sure that I go in there, play the way that I know how, not doing too much, just making sure I'm finding a way to get on the court and impact winning.
And for those that are still learning your game, just how would you describe yourself to Nuggets fans that are just tuning in today?
Yeah, I feel like I'm a playmaker, whether it be on or off the ball. I think that I can handle the ball. I like to score. I'm just a very aggressive player, but I like to make plays for myself and my teammates.
Trey, what are you hoping to, I guess, gain from the experience of being in a backcourt with Jamal Murray and now Russell Westbrook too? What do you kind of hope to get and learn from that?
Yeah, I just want to learn how those guys are able to stay in the league for so long. I know that obviously they're great players. Each have had great primes, and I think that they are going to be big pieces for us this year. So I'm just going to, just kind of be able to pick their brains and figure out ways that I can, impact winning and be able to hopefully be able to play in the league as long as they have, and being able to, just continue to grow my game and make sure that I'm able to play good at an NBA level.
A few years back, Ty Lawson told me one time when he was a rookie, one thing he had to make an adjustment to, he was a smaller guard, is how lengthy the players are and how you kind of have to adjust your shots in terms of scoring in the paint. I'm wondering, has anything surprised you when you're working out with the main guys at how quick they are, how fast they are, how big they are, or whatever?
Yeah, obviously the physicality. Everybody at this level is pretty athletic, very, very long, lengthy. So, I mean, for me, it's either having to, when I'm getting to the lane, like you said, having to make either floaters, having to stop early, make floaters, or having to make quick layups and things of that sort, because obviously you have guys like DJ, P. Watt, who are just freak athletes and have freaky length and things like that you have to go up and get to try to finish up against every day. So.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm not dealing with any of Russ's shenanigans today.
First question. Hey, DeAndre.
What's your name and where are you reporting from?
Russell Westbrook. I'm reporting from Denver Nuggets practice facility.
Okay.
First question. Welcome back to Denver.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Russ.
I'm not sure of your history, but coming in draft, you're Russell, same draft class. I know you guys competed in college.
Right.
Not sure how many times or not. Can you walk me back to that moment where you guys did play each other in college and going to the draft and just giving people some insight?
Yeah. It was a beautiful, March afternoon in Anaheim, California. We're playing the UCLA Bruins that are just up the street. So you could probably sense there was going to be some cheating going on. But ultimately, we ended up losing the game to Russell. Well, Donald Sloan got fouled at the basket by Josh Shipp and Darren Collison. It was not called, obviously, because we were in Anaheim. So Russell and his team went on to advance, and I don't know why I keep doing this stuff. Okay, can we get some real questions now?
DeAndre, as far as Russ said, he talked a lot with you to kind of get the pulse of the culture in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
What was your sales pitch, I guess, to him?
I told him to just get his ass over here. We needed him to come here and play. Russ is obviously a great player. His game and track record speaks for itself. I just felt like with a guy like Russ, his intensity, his demeanor, what he brings to the basketball floor on both ends of the court, I thought that he could definitely help us, and we were trying to pitch him that we needed him, and he was all on board with it. I think that Russ brings a different culture and a different mindset to a team, a different energy. And I think for guys like Jamal and Peyton and Christian, Julian, guys like that, he is going to help them tremendously, in my opinion. And I think that he's going to be that burst of energy that we need on both sides of the floor.
DeAndre, from your perspective as a veteran leader, when you look at last season, trying to repeat how hard that was, condensed early season schedule, and then the battle in the West was really tough late. What was something that you kind of took away from the attempt to repeat last year that this team needs to keep in mind this season?
Obviously, I think going back-to-back is extremely tough. There's been a handful of teams that have done it, and I think it's a really difficult thing to do. That's no excuse to why we didn't win a championship last year. It's hard to win one time, but I think that we had a couple lapses last season. We dealt with some injuries. We dealt with some things where obviously we came up just short. We have to do a better job finishing games, in my opinion, but we learned from those mistakes, I feel like, and going back and looking at the numbers and how we performed last year, I thought we did a really great job last season. We played great in the playoffs. We were top 10 offense and defensive team throughout the course of the season, and we just came up short. And I think that with the new additions on our team, we're looking to build on the things that we did last year and improve, and hopefully be the last team on the floor standing in June. That's our goal.
DeAndre, what's the pathway for a guy like you, being an all-star, all-NBA guy, to transitioning to a mentor and being a veteran leader in the locker room, frankly, accepting that you're not going to play every night or every other night, and still being ready mentally and physically. How does that work for you?
Well, I think if you would have asked me this question 10 years ago, my ego would have been in the way. But as I've gotten older and I've experienced a lot of things, I feel like my ego is out of it, and I think that it's bigger than just me. I still love the game. I still love to compete. I still love to be around the guys and to help my teammates and see their success. And I think that you don't have to be on the floor necessarily to be able to help or see things and have an impact. But to answer your question, I feel like it's as long as the team is doing fine, it's okay with me. Now, there are nights where I am going to play. There are nights that I'm going to start, and it's you have to be ready. You have to be a professional throughout the course of this game in your career, and I feel like I've done that.
DeAndre, I wanted to ask you about Duran, somebody who you probably have gotten to know over the course of just these last couple months. When somebody, especially somebody young, suffers an injury like that, it can take them away from the team. It can kind of help them check out. How do you keep guys like that engaged and ready to go mentally?
You said who?
Duran Holmes. Rookie.
Rook. Yeah. Because he doesn't really have a name just yet. But Rook is I watched him a little bit throughout their practices before Summer League, and obviously he had a a tough break with that. But I think that our team does a really great job of just including guys throughout the process, regardless of if they're injured or not. And his spirits have been high the past couple of days that I've been here. And we still laugh and joke and make fun and make him still do rookie stuff. You know, he's off crutches, so he can walk around and do things that we need him to do. But I think just when you're injured, as long as you're around the team and you're still in the locker room, you still get that energy and you're not feeling isolated. I think that's the best part of that can help your rehab out a lot.
DJ, was it an inevitability you'd be back, or was there thoughts you'd look elsewhere, you'd maybe think about?
I just didn't clean out my locker room, so I just was like, you know. No, we had a conversation shortly after the season, and I knew this is where I wanted to come back and play. I knew we had some unfinished business. This is a great culture. It's a great city. I love the team, the fan base. So it was kind of like it was a no-brainer for me. I really enjoyed my time here, and you know, I had some more memories to make. So, all right, y'all have a good one.